Hello everybody. Hey, today I got car 3 of WLtoys 144001. This one is gonna stay completely stock. This one is just for me, but I'll give you what my opinion is on this car. Let's go ahead and get started with this and I'll wrap it up at the end. All right, I got another car in, and man, I'll tell you, I wish they would start putting these in a box. I realize there's a little more expense to putting these in a box, but it looks pretty rough. I mean, the box feels square. Doesn't feel like any of the corners are knocked off of it or anything, but sure looks rough. This is car number 3. This bought this through Banggood, and it was shipped from some company in California. Rancho Cucamonga. So I'm assuming that I guess they have the Banggood USA outlet is there or something. I don't know. Don't know how that works. Anyway, what I wanted to see, I heard there is a third version out on this car, and I'm kind of hoping that that's what this one is. For anybody that's not seen one of these yet, they come with a plastic 4-way wrench that I wish they'd save the money on that and put the thing in a box. That won't even take the lug nuts off on this car if they're or the axle nut, I guess technically. That won't even take the axle nut off if it's got Loctite on it. And this will charge your battery, and it's actually, I think it's got a 2 amp output on it, if I remember right. Okay, it says 2 amp out, 2000 milliwatts or milliamps, so it's 2 amps if you can put enough juice into it through your USB. So it will charge the battery. It takes a while. So all I want to see right now, if this is in fact the third generation of this car. And nope, this is the second generation of this car. It's just got a little power switch. Boy. Hey, just a quick insert on the version 2, version 3 car. As far as I know, this is the only difference, where that other one just had, the version 2 has a little tab right here that you push. There's a switch underneath it. This switch just protrudes through the top. So as best I've been able to tell, that's the only difference between the version 2 and version 3 car. And as far as I know, the specs on this are the same as the other car. So I would still stick with the 2S battery if you're going to run everything stock on this car. Well, they almost got the ESC in this one. Huh. Well, that's not a really good statement for them. It either got really hot or they just didn't get that in there. But the ESC isn't stuck down. The third generation of this car, I'm told, has a actual switch sticking through here, but this one, the axle nuts, it does have the long axle nuts, so they are stuck completely through and that engages the nylock nut, so it makes them stay on better. So I was hoping this would be a 3rd generation, but apparently not. So I've got the 2nd generation ESC. That's all I needed to see on this. So this should run the same as my other car. I will take it out and do a GPS test on 2S. I'm not going to run this one on 3S. So there we go. We'll get on with the speed test and see if this one is comparable. So far, all the other two ran 30 miles an hour on 2S. And I will adjust the toe. This is towed out just a little bit. I'll adjust the toe and we'll do a speed run. All right, everybody, just for fun, I'm gonna try this little charger out. Not overly concerned with how fast it charges, but I want to see how well it charges or how evenly it balance charges. So what I'm going to do, excuse the beep. Oops, it's backwards, so it's not going to beep. Now it'll beep. Excuse the beep. So I'm going to take this battery. We got storage charge on it right now, 3.83. So 3.83 on both cells. And I'm going to go put that on the... I don't have a high-speed charger, a high-current charger USB plug down here. So I'm going to go run in another room and plug this thing in for a little while. Not overly concerned with how long it takes it. I will try to monitor how long it takes it. And when it's done, I'll check it and see how well it balance charges. Just, you know, in case you're just getting started and this is all you have. Let's get an idea of what we got. I went and grabbed this from upstairs in case you've never seen one of these before. You can monitor the current. So I've got 1.5 amps at just under 5 volts going into the charger. So now we have a baseline for that. Get a rough idea. There's an LED on here that changes colors when it's done. So I'll try to keep an eye on it and see how long it takes this thing to charge, and we'll see if we got a good balance on it. Okay, I'm gonna zip around the neighborhood once and see if I can find a place without snow to run the car. Sure looks like an awful lot of snow. Yeah, let me check the time. It's just a hair past a freckle. So it's been about an hour, and as you can see, the current's starting to come down a little bit. So it should be getting pretty close. The light's still red. If I remember right, that turns green once it's charged. So we'll give it a little bit more and we'll see what we got. Yeah, we're sitting at about an hour and 15 minutes, and as you can see, the charge current's gone down to 0. So let's see what the balance looks like on this. Just for fun. Oh, I forgot to warn you about the beep. 4.18. 4.18. So I think it's doing a pretty good job on the balance. Let me turn these lights off, make sure it's picking that up. 4.18 on both cells, so it did a good balance charge on it. So if you if this is your first RC car, and by the way, it does not have a green light. The red light just went off when the charge was complete. So if this is your first RC car, the little charger that comes with this car, it's a little bit slow, but it does, at least on a single charge, we went from 3.83, if I remember right, to 4.18. So really good job on the balance. Just so you know. Okay, I don't have a GPS. I broke the wires off the GPS where the battery plugs into it. I've got a new new cable ordered, a new battery ordered, and a new GPS ordered. So this is my third car and it's going to remain stock. I just want to say I think it's probably fast enough as it is. I like this car as it is. That's with the 550, stock 550 motor running on 2S. So just my opinion, this particular car, unless you're going to do a lot of mods on it, I think leaving it with the stock, we're just running it on a 2S battery, leaving it stock, I think it's a good car. There's the brakes. Brakes one more time. Giving my photographer fits because she has no idea where I'm going. Very good brakes. First time I flipped it. So we'll just leave it at that, and when I get a GPS, we'll put a GPS on it. I'm pretty sure that's going pretty close to 30 miles an hour, just like the other versions did. So we'll put a GPS on it and see. But the 144001, I think you're better off leaving it with a 2S battery if you're going to leave the rest of the electronics and everything stock. That's just my opinion. I've seen several of them. I've ran mine on 3S a couple of times and it did okay. And then I run it on 3S a couple of times and it killed both ESCs. So 2S, run it like it is. If you want to do mods on it, then go crazy. But it's a good car just like it comes out of the box. Hey, on this particular car, WLtoys 144001 4001, however you want to say it. To me, it's great out of the box. If you think you're going to get a race-ready car for, $70, $80, $90, it's not really going to happen. But if you want to race other people that are at the same level as you with this same car, I think you got a good thing going. If you just want something to run around with, if it's your first RC, this is a great first RC for somebody. It's reasonably durable. It's got most of the upgrades that most of the guys are wanting to put on, say like on the WLtoys 959, 959B, 979, 979B. It's got the upgrades that those cars could use. It's got oil-filled shocks in it and stuff like that. So as long as you stick with the 2S. I did some speed runs on 3S and I got by with it. And I tried some speed runs on 3S and I blew up some ESCs. So to me, just my opinion, this car is great running on 2S straight out of the box. If you want to do mods with it, that's great too. There's a lot of mods available for it. You can go full brushless. You can go to a a better ESC that's 3S capable. If you do that, you'll have to upgrade the radio, and you'll have to upgrade the servo, go to a 3-wire servo. You can change a couple of different motors. You got a couple of motor options you can put in this car without having to do anything other than a motor swap. As long as you stay with the 540, 550, I wouldn't go down to a 12-turn unless you want to change the pinion. I don't think the ESC can handle it. So just as long as you stay within reasonable parameters, I think the ESC is okay. But realize that you do have a 5-wire servo because it's a combo ESC receiver, and it's got the driver for the servo in it. So everything's in this one little box. I think it's a good car. So anybody that's looking at an entry-level car, or if you got a couple of buddies that are interested in getting started in cars and you all want to kind of go with the same thing, the only thing and I can't test this because I don't have enough stock cars in operation right now, but I've heard guys where they're binding several cars to one radio. I think, and I can't test this, but I think if you turn on one radio and one car, wait till it's bound, then turn on the next radio and the next car, I think you're going to be okay. But if everybody turns on their cars and then somebody turns on radio, it's going to bind with 2 or 3 cars at the same time to the one transmitter. So just do them in order, one at a time, and I'm pretty sure that that's going to solve the problem of a bunch of guys running together. So I know this was kind of a long ramble at the end of this, but stick with 2S unless you want to do lots of mods and then just go crazy. So appreciate everybody watching. Thanks to all my subscribers. Anybody that has any questions, throw them in the comments. Whether you're a subscriber or not, I will try to answer all my questions, and the ones that I don't get to right away are getting stuck in my filter, and for whatever reason, I've gone through some of them. Some of them are doing sub for sub stuff, and those automatically go to a filter. Some of them I have absolutely no reason to, or no comprehension as to why they're ending up in the filter. But anyway, throw comments in there. If I don't answer you, don't be shy. Throw the comment in there again or the question in there again, because I try to answer everything that I get. So have a great day, and I'll catch you guys down the road.